Hi, you.
Hey, happy 420.
So, how are you? Or
I'm honestly in a state. I'm in a
of?
state. What?
Of?
Um, it's been a crazy ass week of work and no sleep. Every night I've had a dream. I have closed my eyes to go to bed and I just see whatever I was working on. I've been doing presentations in my dream all week. I'm
Oh,
so tired. But I just had an exam. It was kind of flopulous, but it's fine because it's done. And I have the rest of the day to chill and relax and be chill and
smiling through it all.
spiritually, um, yeah. How are you, Grace?
I'm good. I had a whole drama with my psychiatrist appointment because I thought it
I
was
heard a
at
little bit about
7
that.
p.m. Oh, you have? Wait,
Well,
is it going
you did
around?
tell me.
Is it going around?
You you did actually
Is my
tell me all about
psychiatrist
it.
talking shit?
I mean, I don't know. I signed a few NDAs. I can't really talk about
Oh,
that.
that's awkward. But anyways, I thought it was at 7, but it wasn't. And I emailed my psychiatrist at 2:08 and I was like, "Hey, are we still on for that appointment at 7?" And he was like, at the exact same time, as soon as I sent that, he sent me an email that said, "Hi Grace, just confirming you're coming in for our appointment at 2 p.m."
Is it
And I
virtual?
said,
Oh,
"Let me
so what? It's
drive."
not virtual. It was like a kind of
It was
situation.
a in person.
Oh, wow. Well, cheers because you made it. Cheers to the ones that we love. Cheers to the ones that we got. I had a
I
question to
just
ask
wait,
you.
hold on. I just inhaled and my hair went through my throat. Cheers to the
Puff, puff,
ones that we
pass.
love.
I had a pressing question,
Okay.
but no more because I don't know what it was.
Okay. Well, I hope it
I
comes.
did have another question.
Okay,
I
what?
feel like you would know I don't want to eat up too much time asking my
No, it's totally
questions.
fine. I think it's
I mean,
funny.
we can always do like a double
Yeah.
session. Um, I was thinking about this last night because I was eating cake that um like my mom makes, but like I made it with like the same
Flourless cake?
ingredients. With the like puddingy kind of cake.
The
I don't know if you're
chocolate one?
familiar. It's chocolate. It's not like the cake. It's more like a pudding with a hard shell on top.
Yeah.
Um, and this time it didn't taste like what my mom makes because of some reasons, but like a lot of times it does. And I'm like, how do things taste exactly the same? Okay, like
Well,
chocolate cake kind of uses the same ingredients, so it's just like flour,
yeah.
sugar, cocoa powder, sometimes an egg, sometimes not.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
it literally just like the quantities that make
Yeah.
it taste? That's
The
crazy. Because I feel like
quantities,
those are the same.
time, cooking, container you put it in, heat of your oven.
That's like some like alchemy
Yeah, it is.
level. It's crazy that like chocolate cake does not like it tastes so different.
Well, my mom says cooking is an art and baking
Yeah.
is a science.
Yep, I heard that one.
My
That's
mom
probably
was
true
actually the
because
first person to say that, but okay, whatever.
I feel like she might have been.
She could have been.
She could have been.
She was just cooking that day.
She was cooking, but she was sciencing
True, yeah.
or something.
But yeah, they say that because you have to like follow baking instructions like
Yeah, you cannot
the
do not
ounce.
get creative with that.
Yeah, you can't.
Just some questions of mine.
Yeah. Was it still good?
It was so good. It tasted different because I think because it might have been the salted butter
Oh, yeah.
because it did call for unsalted and I only had salted. That might have been why it tasted
I feel like
different.
that doesn't make that big of a difference.
Well, then I don't really know what was
Because
up. Maybe it was the cocoa powder because I use like
maybe.
Nestle and she definitely doesn't use that.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe you cooked it for like a slightly different time or something.
Probably.
Well, anyways, speaking of which, hold on.
Precisely.
Hey!
Hey, whoa, don't
Uh,
show
let me
that.
let me not do this.
Put your hand over it.
Um, okay. Oh my God, spoilers! Oh my God.
Wait, oh my God. Coachella.
Okay,
That's
welcome.
great because it's Succession, Coachella, and me.
Exactly. And so, oh wait, hold on. That was a spoiler. So we're gonna explain what we're gonna talk about today. So first, we're gonna be doing rating Coachella looks and talking about them, and that's mostly my segment. And then Ella's gonna talk about Nefarious.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
And
I'm so
for our
excited.
little you'll see I did some really amazing Photoshop skills of all the Succession characters at Coachella. I'll explain it in detail. So Tom and Greg are both wearing matching flower crowns, but slightly different because they're like on the same side most of the time. Roman and Kendall are wearing cowboy paraphernalia because they're just like being true to the roots of the festival.
They're
Um,
low-key outlaw.
they're Loki outlaw. And then Shiv is wearing a Frank Ocean blonde t-shirt
That's ooh, that's good.
because she would. And
That's
Logan
good.
is
And
holding
also
up,
with all the drama with him,
yeah.
she's
Mm-hmm.
not there.
Mm-mm.
He's not there
Mm-mm. And Logan is holding play vroom vroom.
because he would.
Because he would. Okay, so first look is we're gonna talk about Alex Earl. And I said, now walk with me, Alex, because I have some thoughts on this look and some ways I think we could improve it. So I just think there's like, whoa, way too many things going on here. So also, when I first saw this, I was like kind of far away from my screen, and I thought that the little leg cutouts, like on her thigh, were embroidery or like
That's
some
what I thought too.
embellishment, but they're actually cutouts. And you can tell because it like is a little bit not fitted completely to her like lower thigh
Yeah, you
into
can
the
see like
shadow.
the black like where there's a gap. But I
Yeah.
thought they were embroidered too.
And I also thought that the material was like more of a denim, like a traditional pant, and it was like more like faded denim. And I just think both of those elements would just like work better for the look as
Is it
opposed to like
velvet or corduroy?
it's like velvet, I think.
It's see-through, so it's got to
Yeah.
be thin.
Yeah. It's something. It's a fuzzy texture, and I don't like that. I think it should be more classic denim. But yeah, there's way too much going on. I think she's doing a body jewelry chain. She's doing the thong coming up over the low-rise pants. She's doing the flare pants. She's doing like the corduroy or velvet, whatever material pants. She's doing the cutouts. She's doing see-through pants for some reason too, even though she already has the thong over the low-rise thing going on. She's doing a bra as a shirt. She's doing extra big midriff. She's doing this collar thing, and I can't really tell what it is. She's doing like a leather vest, and she's doing a white fishnet sleeves. And like, I'm out of breath. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on, girl. I just think she needs to tone it. She just needs to cut some of them out so that
Yeah,
you
I
have
agree.
something to focus on. Like, because you can't have a statement piece of your outfit if every single part of your outfit is statement. So it just like takes away
Yeah.
from it all, in my opinion.
It just looks like she like had like a few ideas and she was like, let me
Let's
put
just
them
do all of
all
them.
on and like yeah, let me maybe like take a few off as and adjust to the vibes, but she didn't take any of it off. She's kept it all.
Yeah.
Because we've all been
Because
there, but she kept it all.
Coachella is like known for being the time where you like go all out or you like wear something really interesting that's like different from your own style. But I don't
Or
think
you do
people,
what Kendall Jenner does.
yeah, but I don't think that people should like become a whole different person when they're picking their Coachella outfits because I just think it's stupid that you're like coming up with a genre of clothing for a festival when like you could just do your normal style but like more elevated. I feel like that would like look so much better for people if they did that. But I don't know. Or do you think Coachella should have like a specific genre of fashion?
I kind of like DGAF.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't think I have a stance on this one.
Okay.
I
I
just
just don't
think Kendall Jenner's look made me laugh because
wait,
she
I didn't see it.
put on slacks. She put on slacks and like a black tank top, and it just made me laugh because she was
Yeah,
like doing like the anti,
the
like
anti-look
it just
look.
seemed like trying to not be an influencer,
It's funny that she's
and I
like
was like,
doing the anti-serve when literally every time she's ever done anything, it
she's
was
yeah,
anti-serve.
that's her entire
That's her
like
whole thing.
she does not have she's not in the position to do the anti serve.
No. You know who could do that and do it really well? Lady Gaga. If she
Oh
showed up,
yeah, well she did at the Oscars. She did a
oh she,
was it the Oscars? She
yeah,
did
she
she
literally
did an
did.
anti serve this
She did an
year.
anti-serve and
She did,
it was
and
fully
it was a
recognized.
serve.
Um, yeah, but I was thinking like remove the body chain, make the bra not as much of a bra and more of a top. If and then don't make the pants embroidery or embellishment instead of cutouts, and then denim instead of velvet. Don't make them see-through, but keep the thong thing going on. The leather jacket's fine. I would lean into how like that top part kind of looks like a collar. Like, do you see that? How it kind of looks like on a suit,
Yeah.
like a button-down shirt. I would lean into that and maybe like call me crazy, but like add a tie because that's like Avril Lavigne vibes. But I don't know.
Oh, I could see a tie with this. I don't like the mesh. That's definitely something I would remove.
The like white fishnet thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely remove that too.
it looks like that one like bag.
I don't
Y'all
think
know
I'm
the
familiar.
one. I feel like Urban Outfitters sold it. It's like that as a bag. Like a
Like crochet bags?
if you imagine if you put a bunch of oranges in it, it would really sing.
That's actually true. Like that's yeah. Um, and I cropped this picture like this, but let me show you what she posted and like the framing of
Okay,
that.
because I was gonna say the cropping comment, I didn't quite.
This is how she cropped the photo.
Oh,
And this is
she's
how
really going for the like natural like snap and post vibe there.
yeah, I did this cropping.
I like that. Yeah, I was gonna say when I read that and I was like, I think it's cropped well.
Yeah, because
I
in
didn't
this
realize
one,
that this was the original. That's
wait, can you
funny.
see my pointer?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. This part
Uh,
is just
I'm,
like
s- I'm so
not for the
sorry.
eyes. What?
I said I'm so sorry because I did something you don't like.
What'd you do?
I burped.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine. Yeah, I just think my cropping was a little bit better. Um, anyways, then I think she should get her ass up and be an ambassador for McKee Master Chefs. But yeah, one of us has a history with her, like a legal thing, but like we might not be able to talk about it. So if you want to move on, like we can. It's just like if you want to get it, like I don't know if you want to get into
I
it.
I don't like want to get into it because it like I don't know, it does make me like kind of I don't know if it's like really my story to tell,
Okay.
but I can say like a little bit like I can say that she did SHIT in someone's BURKINBAG, and
Wait, spell that again slower.
it was SHIT in um someone. I'm not disclosing it like for privacy reasons, and I think like I just think that's like the right thing to do, but in someone, and it wasn't me, it was someone's BURKIN space
Girl, you're
BAG.
spelling that wrong, but go off.
Someone's BRKIN.
Okay, anyways.
B How many other ways could it be spelled? BURCHIN?
It's spelled Birkin.
Well, that's what I started with. Nope.
No, you didn't.
I did every other possible
You did.
one.
Okay, go on.
Well, it was a knockoff. Oops. Well, that's all I am at liberty to disclose at
Ooh.
this moment.
Okay.
That is subject to change, though.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That is crazy. She
Yeah,
SHIT and someone's
she
BURKIN.
SHIT in yeah, in someone's BIRK, etc. You can fill in the rest.
Okay, this is another look, Tayana Taylor. I think it is a better version of the trends that Alex is trying to do. I think the color coordination is lit. I think the makeup in the second look, or like the piercings, I don't know. Makeup and piercings in the second look is so cool. I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
And I like her hair accessories because I love hair accessories. Like in the second look, she has like gems on her part, which looks so sick.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. No, I like it. Yeah, I don't have any notes on this one.
Okay. This one was Post Malone, and this is Post Malone in the back of Amelia Earhart's plane because that's what he was giving with this color and the, but I don't
He
dislike
looks
it.
like he's gonna be really hot.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like a Coachella
I
vibe.
think about that in like almost all Coachella looks. I'm like, it's 110 degrees in that desert. Like that looks
That fur
too
coat,
much.
I'm wheezing in
Yeah.
that.
This is my sister, Charlie D'Amelio, and she looks so cute. I like that dress. It's like it's very 2014 boho core, but I still think it's good.
It's fine.
Okay. And then Landon's suit is like well tailored and it's like good. It's a good suit. Oh, oh,
Oh,
oh, oh, hello. Oh, there we
hello.
go. It's time.
Okay, let me take away. So, some backstory. On Saturday or Sunday or something, I received a text that's, "Do you want to see a movie on Tuesday?" from my friend. And I was like, "What movie?" Nefarious. It went one in one eyeball, out the other. Did not clink. Did not even look it up. I was like in the middle of something, and I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, "Oh, we're going with like a group of people. It's the tickets are 650 because they have this special like AMC club." And I was like, I haven't seen a movie in a while. It's cheap. Like very stressful week. I should do something fun. I was like, sure. Literally the day of, I was calling it Resurgence. Still did not even know the title of this movie. I was like, I don't know anything it's about. And they're like, good. Like, don't look it up. I don't really know anything either. Like, her boyfriend was just like, said like it was there's something funny about it. All I knew, 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, really mixed letterbox reviews. I didn't look into it. Get to this theater. First of all, I'll have to send you pictures of it. Craziest AMC I ever did see. There's like these like statues, I guess you could call them, of like soda cans and like soda cups. Huge. Like large. It was so like it was Disney World. I
Why,
walked in,
when
I
you
was like,
said
I'm tripped.
statue, I was thinking of like a Roman marble bust. I was like,
Oh, far more ornate than that. And so already I walk in, I'm like, I'm on a different level. Um, and we get ID'd. That was the second my second favorite part of the experience so far. Yeah, so we walk up, so we're all 20 or 21, and we most definitely look older than 17. And no, but the lady tickets ID'd us, but my one friend went first, was 21, so she was like, "Okay, you good because you have someone who's 21 with you." So she didn't ID all of us. She just made sure when someone was 21. Um, we get to this theater. First of all, we were laughing because we were looking at the seating chart before, and it was like us. We saw our seats. We saw like two or three people around, and then the whole front row was booked. So we were like, someone rented out this theater.
did
We were like, what if the cast is like coming to this? So we get in there and we see this whole row booked, but I don't really get a good look. We're sitting down watching the previews, and a preview comes on, and it's like in the 1776, they tried to take our guns for the first time. And it was like a black background or something. I don't really know. And then it was like in this year they tried to do it again. Then it was like in 2024. they tried to take our guns. Or like the first one was like they tried to take our like something else. And it was like they tried to take our guns. And this big American flag flashes across the screen. It just says The Last Patriot, July 4th, 2024. That's all you get. Nothing else. I don't even know that it's a movie. Screen goes dark and the film begins. First comment is it opens with a black screen with the title Nefarious written in, I swear to God, Arial font. White Arial font. I'm already laughing. Um and okay, so the movie's happening. It's occurring. It's being horribly acted. Basically, the premise is that there is a man who is a serial killer who is in prison, and he is on trial or to get executed that day. And his previous psychiatrist, or like the guy who evaluated, just killed himself. So like the best guy in the country is like coming in to evaluate him to determine if he is insane, in which case he will not be executed. But the guy who works at the prison is like, his whole thing is that he fakes being insane because he doesn't want to die. You have to evaluate. So he's going to act insane. You have to evaluate if you think he truly is or not. So that's the premise. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Um, Soon learn that this is one of those movies that takes place in one place for the entire thing, except for the last 10 minutes. So they really maximize their budget with that move. And it's fine for a while. I was kind of like, this is a cool idea. The acting isn't really convincing me, but whatever. And then it slowly starts to develop a certain narrative. And so basically, the serial killer tells the main guy, like, you're going to murder three people by the time you leave today, and you've already murdered two. The first is the psychiatrist's mother, who he like authorized for euthanasia. Sorry, because she was like very sick, and he like basically like let her like be euthanized. He was like, so that's murder. And then he's like, what about Melanie? What about your baby? And he's like, a woman has a right to choose. And then I should add, okay, I skipped a few points. I was really excited to get to the anti-abortion thing. Nefarious is, he calls himself Nefarious because he's a demon. Um Nefariamus actually, but it's easier to say Nefarious. He's a demon. And there's a lot of like theological stuff going on the entire time. And it was one of those things where I was sat there for the first time. I was like, oh, this is just like illusions. And then it got to that point. I was like, oh no, this is preaching. Oh, this is like very like explicitly like a Christian movie. And so basically his whole point is like, your girlfriend is having an abortion, you're a murderer. That's two
But he's a
murders. And
demon.
well, it's a little confusing
So,
actually what the
like,
stance
wouldn't
was.
you expect Christians to watch that and be like, oh, what the demon is saying is bad because he's bad
Yeah,
character?
you would. It's actually like, no, that was a hugely discussed thing. We were like, that was really confusingly portrayed because you definitely was like a
Pro-life.
anti-abortion, and I think they wanted you to side with the demon in that occasion. I don't know. And then they made the psychiatrist guy like a lib, and he was like saying some really funny stuff. He was like, she's a woman, she has a right to choose. And he was like, it's 2024. We care about racism now. People can love who they love.
So
And the
this is
demon is
set
like,
1 year
no.
in the future.
Or 2023, I don't know, whatever.
Oh,
I think I said that because I was still caught on The Last Patriot. And yeah, and then that was kind of that. I won't spoil it for anyone who's looking to see. But yeah, we kind of we it, and they succeeded because they did not advertise it as such a movie. And I think they just like wanted exactly what we did to have happen. Like people be like, "Oh, what's this movie? Like I've never heard of this. Nefarious." Okay. And they made it just seem like it's like a regular like psychological thriller. And then we realized the people who bought out the theater were from a church group because we saw them get to their church. So yeah, but there were a lot of laughs, and we felt really bad because we were like, oh man. But we like, I've like never like spent that long trying to stifle laughter, like, and it was all of us too, like collectively like
No, it's good. It's good to know.
gasping. It was great. Honestly, one of the best movie going experiences
That
I've had in
is,
a while.
I
Um,
can't
it was
imagine.
also just a really bad movie.
Yeah.
It was just like not good. Some of the okay, and there's this one scene where the priest, he like is very coherent most of the time, and then he said this one line that was actually tongues. But it was English, but it was like it was fucking tongues. And like that was from that moment on, I could not keep a straight face. But yeah.
I'm still dead at the church group in the front row because why would you be
Oh,
like,
same.
oh, like, are you going to the church movie night on Tuesday night? And then you go and it's a fucking horror movie about like a demon. Like, what is wrong with you?
I know. I really want to know like what the Christian thought
On it?
thought about it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like it was like a very like what's it called? Like fundamentalist, like conservative view. Because they also are the same people who made God is Dead. Yeah.
What a classic.
Mhm.
I mean,
It was a classic. And for 650, no regrets.
I could go and give you a Christian perspective, but I don't think it would be that kind that you want.
Well, I'd still be happy to hear. I also like read a review and they were like they got a lot of stuff wrong. I was like, oh, I'm sure.
Like wrong from the Bible.
Or like not wrong, but they were like it was just like really out of context
Just like
and like
facts wrong.
just not fact like it wasn't like factually incorrect, but like just like interpreted it. I mean, I guess the interpretations can't be wrong, but
Yeah,
they're like they just were like taking things from any which way and putting
I
them
love
like
that.
however they pleased.
Nefarious. Okay, moving on
Yeah.
to Succession episode 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we first get backtrack a little bit
Yeah.
to episode 3
Yeah.
or the whole season
Let's just,
in a
yeah.
really brief manner?
Yeah.
Because I'm really happy with what's going on so
Oh, yeah.
far.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say I'm eating it up. People who are like, old Succession is back. I'm like, it's you love to say that. Like, because when did it leave? Whatever.
Yeah, right.
Um, I thought episode 3 is one of the best episodes of television I've ever seen in my
That
entire
was
life.
amazing. My
It
jaw
was
was on
great.
the floor the whole time.
Um,
Genuinely. I was
I
like,
had it spoiled for me,
oh, hmm. That's
but
annoying,
it
but
still was like it is annoying because it didn't surprise me, but I still liked it like a lot, obviously. But I was like, this isn't surprising because I wasn't surprised. But were you surprised?
yeah, I was.
I feel like it makes sense that it would be surprising, but I was like, oh, this is obviously
What was so
gonna
genius
suck.
about it was we all knew he was gonna die. We all knew he was gonna die this
Yeah,
season because we know it's the last season. But to have it just so casually brought up and it's off screen and he's not even in the
yeah,
episode and like it's being told to us by an unreliable character like over the
yeah. Oh my
phone.
God.
Like the whole time I was like, but he's not really dead. Oh, they're giving him CPR. Like he could come back to like he could live. He could survive. Oh, like is this all just a joke? Like is this just um a play? Like I literally for like a few minutes was like, wait, what if Tom is just doing this to like manipulate them? What if Logan's just testing them?
Yeah,
Like shit like
because
that
that's what they
because
thought.
yeah, that's what Roman
That's
thought.
what Roman thought. Yeah.
But it's also that I was like in that denial stage.
Hmm.
Like obviously I wasn't logically thinking that, but I was more just like I can't believe that he's dead, you know? Which is so genius because it literally puts you in the perspective of the kids. Like
Yeah.
it's so smart.
No, it's so good. I just like love when like shows do something you know is gonna happen and they do it
Yeah.
in the like absolute best way. There's like so
Yeah.
much pressure on it and it's like
So cool.
just so well done.
Yeah. Um so yeah, that episode was amazing. There's just like so many little like heartbreaking moments in it. Love, love, love.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like they were trying to like get an emotion. Oh, And then this episode comes and you're like, oh, like they just killed Logan. And you're like still recovering from that. And then the first scene, they reveal that Shiv is pregnant.
Yeah, that was
That was just
crazy.
like, I was like, oh my God, the whiplash. But yeah, that was so good. And I hope that she like has a girl because I think that'll be like so heartbreaking.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Do you think Kendall's name was underlined or crossed out?
Underlined. I think that's, yeah. Like,
I agree.
absolutely. Like, you can like just like see him being like,
Yeah.
oops.
Hmm.
Like
You wouldn't
he's like
cross
a,
something out and not like, okay, this is hard to explain. Let
yeah.
me let me get a
Well, you would make it. I mean, that's how I look like when I underline things. And
yeah,
Logan is like a senile old man. Maybe not at the time. We don't really know. But like old man shaky hand. And he's
literally
not the type to like, wait, is this pen? He did it in pen, right?
he did it in pen.
Exactly. Can't fix that.
So if I'm going in on something in order to cross it out, I'm not going like I'm going like
Yeah. You're and
you're
considering it's
crossing
pen,
that out.
if that was his cross out job, he could just go back another time.
Yeah. If that was his cross out
Like,
time, if wait, what? If that was his cross out job, he would write above it like, oh, Roman. Or like he would write a
or
name.
just like scribble it, like make it very clear.
There's like a billion things he would have done to indicate that it was a cross out and not an underline. But like when you
Yeah,
underline something, there's not things that you add. So
exactly.
it's
It's,
underlined.
yeah, exactly. Yep, it's
But
underlined,
does
and I
it
don't think
matter?
there's really any debate. No.
It doesn't.
Well, yes, but no.
It doesn't because I don't think Logan wanted him to be CEO when he died.
I agree.
I think he wanted literally anyone else on the planet.
I agree.
Okay, I wrote this. He
He
said
wanted
at one
Mr.
point it should
Ben.
be Kendall because that's like what a lot of people are saying. Like, since he said it at one point that he wanted it and that's like confirmed, then it should be him, you know? But
Hmm.
at one point, he wanted Jerry to be CEO. At one point, he wanted Shiv. Like, he literally told Shiv, I want you to come in after me. He was in this season, in the first few episodes, he was probably grooming Tom for the position. Like, he was talking to him like he wanted Tom to be it. And he appointed Rhea Jarrell at some point. It's like there are four other people in the show that it could be besides Kendall that were more recent. Like, I don't know that like are also proof that he wanted them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he wanted it to be Kendall when he died, but
No.
it's also like, well,
Yeah.
who knows?
It makes sense that it's going to be Kendall and Roman. I think as the series goes on, this as the season progresses, I think it's going to be Roman and Kendall turned against each other and against Shiv because I just think Shiv and Roman will make more the argument that the document doesn't matter. Kendall will make the argument that it does matter. Um, Shiv will argue that it should be her, and Roman will argue that it should be him. But I think ultimately Roman might end up backing Shiv. And I think Marcia will end up backing Roman. Not, I don't know how much it really matters, how much Marcia backs whoever. Um, but I do think Marcia would rather back Roman. Connor won't get
Hmm.
involved.
Yeah.
Jerry,
What was the thing? Sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, it's kind of not. I feel like it would be it'd be unrelated right now, so I'll just wait.
Okay. I think Jerry, so there was an interesting moment that I noticed where Jerry said something about it, about Logan liking her or whatever in this episode. And Roman gave her a look and like made a noise that was like, we know that's not true. Like we, like me, Roman, and you, Jerry, know that that's not true. But like, I'm not gonna say it out loud because I'm like protecting you because
Yeah.
In the last episode, he fired Jerry, but he was the only one who knew about it, and she was the only one who knew about it. So it was just like between them. But he's like using it against her, but also like protecting her. So that's interesting to me, and I think Jerry will notice that, and Jerry will back Roman more because she can tell that he like cares about her or whatever. Um, I think
Yeah.
Tom might back Kendall.
Interesting.
Mm.
I don't, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, because they have the paper, but what was the other at the end? They were like, that's one reason why we could say this, or we could say, that like you guys like helped your dad at the end. Because like the public is gonna be like, all right, why are these people, why are they, have they been appointed? Um, that it was that the bad dad stuff.
What do you mean? Wait.
You know how like they okay, so they got in there and like whatever her face is, like Miss Bob, um, and I don't even know if she has a Bob. She just seems like she should. I literally do not know her name.
Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina. Um, and they're like, well, this piece of paper doesn't really hold much weight, so we could say that like at the end, like you guys were like helping him,
Mm,
and they were like, no, like they were like, don't like spread lies like that.
mm.
And then at the very, very end, Kendall was like, don't tell anybody, but go ahead. Was that the same thing in what exactly
The
was
very,
like
very end
that? Like,
between Kendall and Hugo, are you talking about?
yeah. Was that related to that conversation?
Yeah. Wait, no. Hugo was gonna say something against Kendall. I have to. Okay, wait. We're going in 2 minutes. This thing will be ended. I'm gonna go and
Okay,
watch the scenes you're talking about for like 10 minutes, and then we'll come back and talk more. Okay?
okay,
Okay. So I'll end the meeting now.
okay,
Little cliffhanger. How the how the
okay.
how the hell do I do? Oh, here we go. Bye.
You just end it. Bye. Okay. Getting my AirPods.
Mm.
Um, she was lying down that day.
She was lying down that day.
She was reclining.
Oh,
Wait,
yo,
I
yo.
kind of want to try a drink on camera.
You're trying a drink?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if it can it be delivered to my room. Rachel said, "Try this drink. It's so good, pretty, and pink."
Aw.
Yeah,
She should say hi. Does she
she
watch
should.
Succession?
She's watched it with me. She
Oh,
actually, the first episode she watched was the Logan Roy dead episode.
wow.
Yeah, come
That's
on
quite a start.
in. You won't be able to hear anything she's saying, so I can like
Okay.
translate it.
What are her
Thank
thoughts?
you. What are your thoughts on Succession? It's cool.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna.
Hmm. Yeah, what is it? Okay, wait, I'm gonna guess what is it. Is it alcohol? Oh my God, I literally could not tell. Wait, okay, I'm saying hi.
Hi.
It's actually bad. Well, no, because then it first hit my mouth. I was like, No, it's really bad. Wait, no, because when it first hit my mouth, I was like, oh, it's good, it's pretty. Wait, what is it again? Where'd you get it? Did you get it somewhere? Or did you make it? She got it at Mel's in a 4-pack. It was a Rosa thing. That's so bad. Wait, that's like horrendous. I was like, wait, so good. This is the packaging. It looks so Erewhon, Los Angeles, Haley Bieber.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, man. Know what you're saying. But it's why I'm saying everything you're saying. Yeah,
That is packaged like every drink that like could be good but isn't. That's like
exactly.
just pretty
Well,
tasty.
that's like really bad. I wonder what they're. Go look up reviews for that. We've been really into looking up reviews for products because, like you and me. No, because they're so funny. Like, because every single product will have a review. Like,
Yep.
people really care about their shit. But okay, sorry about that digression.
No, you're good.
I wish you could experience my mouth right now.
Let's walk that back.
Let me walk that back. I also just like love the way like my brain works. They were like, it's a really good drink and it's pretty, and I was like, yeah, it's so good. And I was like, wait, it is bad, but I did really believe it was good for a second because it
That's
was
so
pretty.
silly. Okay, let's get into it. Oh,
She didn't like
I
the
love
lighting when she was reclining.
I love when that
So
happens. Um, okay, spoilers AF. Okay. So we just rewatched like the last two scenes of the last episode, but I went back further and I also I watched a little bit of the Carrie scene and a little bit of the of the
wait,
Jib scenes and everything. So yeah.
can
Um
I say something really quick?
yeah,
Unrelated.
yeah.
At 4 o'clock, my professor graded like an assignment that I submitted, and it was like, you know what, like I don't know if you have Canvas, but like it was like comment has been added, a submission comment has been added. So every time she added a comment, I would get a notification, and I saw the grade, and now I just check my phone, and it's like a submission comment has been added. So like she really went back in for more.
Oh my God.
Not like bad, but she was like she sat on that for 2 hours and was like, wait, but one more thing. Sorry, I just had to
Well,
share.
speaking of getting back into it. Oh, I don't have water
True.
with me.
Drink
Let's hear
up.
the scraps that are left in this water bottle. Do you hear that? Not a drop.
No,
Drop.
I don't hear anything. Drink up. I'm literally like the king of beverage right now, and you're peasant.
Okay.
I got a full water bottle and a full kombucha.
So I took notes. I also filmed Sarah Snook's acting like a concert, but like I tried in like a million different ways of like screenshotting my phone or sending it to my MacBook or airdropping it or saving it to my drive or blah blah blah, downloading it on my computer, and it just didn't work. So you're just gonna have to take the rainbow. You're just gonna have to taste the rainbow and see how I filmed Sarah Snook.
Tastes good. I did that. That was like me with. Well, I'll save it.
What?
Also, I realized a lot of the things I was confused about. So just like cut all that shit out of me. Uh, Asking some questions.
No, but you were actually right.
I know, but it wasn't exactly what I thought it was.
Okay. Yeah.
But like in the
Yeah, yeah.
same
It was
vein.
like opposite what you thought, but also right
Yeah.
somehow. Okay. So it was Carolina and Hugo presented the kids with two options of how they were going to move forward with the PR. One, we emphasize that he had Kendall on the piece of paper, and we send in some photos of you kids and him getting along. We emphasize that you were on his side and you love him and he's the best. Option two, we could say, in response to the people thinking that, you know, the kids were a little incompetent, we could say that Logan was getting crazy at the end. Logan, you know, had old man disease and was going crazy, and the kids have been super involved, and their dad was basically just like a puppet, whatever, losing his focus towards the end. His kids have been pulling.
If you want to, sorry, continue. I don't.
No, you're good.
In a second.
Um, Kendall Roy hits blonde.
Um, guys, I added this. I had a similar predicament where I tried sharing the GIF like so many times, and it just like would not go to my MacBook. So then I screen recorded it, and then I tried to put that into the PowerPoint. PowerPoint did not want a video, so I screenshot the screen recording. So you can see on the bottom there's a little bit of a black line. Um,
That's really good.
thanks.
Yeah, but those are the two options. Either we say that the kids were happy with dad and dad was happy with the kids, or we say that dad was crazy and the kids were like pulling the strings.
Can I read something?
Yeah.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just a puppet here. If you want to place blame, then look to the puppeteer. From Puppets Succession Remix by Pusha T and Nicholas Britell. Yep. That's what I started saying, but I was like, I don't actually know the quote. Like
How did
they
you figure
knew.
that out?
Because I just remember I was like I knew that there was like look to the puppeteer, to family, fortune, but I didn't know what the exact lyric was, but I knew it was like I'm just a puppeteer.
That was crazy.
I know.
Very good theory. Or are you theorizing on that? Like,
No, I'm just adding it. I'm just
I
adding
feel
my
like
piece.
that's connected.
I feel like well I think if I were to theorize, I'd say maybe
Yeah.
Kendall will. Kendall will
Kendall
hit
will
blunt.
Kendall will what?
Do it. Go that way.
Yeah, he will because he told Hugo
I mean,
to.
he said at the end, he was like,
Because he was looking at his phone, looking at the cross out underline, which is clearly an underline, and we don't even need to get into it, but he was looking at it, he was zooming in on his phone, and then he was like, oh shit, like that's a crossed out, which is stupid because it's literally not, because it's literally an
I
underline.
think he was more just like, this isn't valid
Yeah, exactly. And he was like,
because it's really not.
yeah, he feels like it's, yeah, it isn't, but it is an underline, but it's not valid.
It
But
is an underline, but it's not. Yeah.
yeah, but he's doing the opposite. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, he was thinking like, okay, so my position is shaky. I need to solidify my claim to the Iron Throne. So he goes over to Hugo and he goes, hey, you know that bad dad stuff? Like, you should softly push it. And Hugo's like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if I want to do that. And then becomes full Logan and is blackmailing him for insider trading with his daughter, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's becoming full Logan. He is ascending, and I'm scared.
I'm scared too,
Yeah.
but I feel like he doesn't have I don't think he will. I genuinely like don't think he has the balls, and I mean that as a compliment.
You think he's more of a human than his dad?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's one of the most somehow like one of the most like human or like compassionate people on the show. Just because he even is a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
it's
more
hard.
so than more far more so than Logan. I mean,
Yeah,
Roman
really.
and Tom. I think so.
Far more than Tom. Okay, let's make a ranking. Hold on. Let me
Greg is
think.
the worst character in the entire world. He
Greg,
actually is my least favorite character on the show,
me too. Okay,
without a doubt, because he
we're
doesn't even
gonna
have any of
do
the Jenny Saquon that anyone else does.
we're gonna do Ella's ranking and Grace's ranking. And I'm gonna say the worst, I agree, is Greg.
I'll go in and do that.
Then is Tom.
Really?
Um,
Are you going worse by like what you think about them morally or like your thoughts about them? Because
what I think
those
about them
differ a
morally.
lot for me. Okay, because that's a much different question.
Wait, what did you mean by worst?
Well, I think Greg is like morally terrible, but he's my least favorite character. I love Tom, but I don't think he's a good person. I love Shiv. I don't think she's. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I don't think she's. I love Roman. I think Roman's like hilarious. I think he's an awful person. I think Kendall's an okay person. I don't like him. But I think all of the characters are all amazingly developed. You know, it's a hard thing to say. It's really that's not even
Okay,
part of it. Sometimes I'm not even gonna add the developed part of it because it's a stupid thing to say in this situation. Sometimes that is relevant.
I
Um,
think we should do
like
both types of lists. I think we should do favorite to least favorite, and then we should do another list that's morals. Well, actually, let's do morals
okay,
first. Most moral to least moral.
I'm just gonna do like the majors.
Okay. No Carl,
This
no
is
Frank.
so hard. This is like actually impossible. Okay, why is mine being crazy?
I don't know. Oh, we have Willa and Connor. Okay, that's hard.
I
Willa's
think
number
they're
one.
pretty. They're major.
I think yeah, Willa is like
I'm
number one.
being so my. It's just like not letting me type in a way that's normal.
Okay, I thought Connor was second, but then Roman or Kieran Culkin had an interview where he was asked basically this question, and he thinks that Connor is the worst character because he like holds Willa hostage, basically, knowing that she doesn't actually love him, but still he's like okay with using her.
But she's okay with that too.
I know. I also think
I
that
don't think anyone's lying about that
Connor has
or
like the
confused about the
greatest
dynamic.
excuse for being the worst, for like behaving badly compared to all his other siblings. He's like the least loved by Logan, and his mom was like cast aside and put in a mental hospital. So I honestly think he has like the most excuse for even if he was bad. That's
Can
just
we
me.
take a literally? I need to take a second to talk about what my text box is doing,
Yeah, what is going on?
and I can't fix it. Every time I mean, you can make it big, but then it's just gonna get small again when I try.
It's because there's like a space here, I think. Well, that was a little dramatic, but you get the
That
gist.
was really just okay.
Yeah, okay. You think Shiv is more moral than Roman?
The
That's interesting.
I mean,
I think
define moral. Like, I don't know. This is such a hard question.
they're pretty equal, but how Roman treated Carrie, that's a plus for him. And you have to think of
Oh,
like,
you're no. There's been a lot of development this season. I will say.
yeah,
Yeah, this is a hard question. Like, I don't know that I can like really make this list.
yeah. I think,
I feel like I have to put Logan last. Like, I know I said all
yeah,
that stuff about Greg, but I'm just like, yeah, Logan.
I think that's fair.
There's because I think like honestly, like Greg, like
He's just about a
okay,
bag, is the thing. I mean, they all are,
he's
but
just about a bag, and he's just like.
okay, I'll move
I
Greg.
mean, with all of them, you can explain why they are the way they are, so that's not really a fair statement. So I was gonna say, well, he's just kind of like duped. I don't know. It's complicated.
I honestly like, I think Tom is worse than Logan.
Really?
I think Tom is despicable and foul and disgusting. Especially this last episode. I don't know what about it, but as I was watching it, I was like, this is the worst man I've ever like get him off my screen. I hate this man to my core. And I can't explain
I
I don't
don't
even remember what exactly he
agree.
did, but I didn't. I just wasn't fucking with it. And
He's
it,
one of those characters that's like, I'm gonna be charmed by him.
I usually am. I swear I've been like a Tom head until actually it was more like the end of season 3 that I was like off the Tom train.
Well, I mean, the end of season 3, he
He flopped.
really did one.
He
He really
really
flopped tremendously.
like you betrayed Shiv for what? Like for what reason? For why? Why did you do that? What were you gonna gain from that? Do you know the hold on. It's definitely too niche. what I was about to say.
Okay.
But I'll explain it anyways because it's one of those things. It's one of those lines that just replays in my head on a constant loop, and I just like need someone else to know it. So this TikToker, Frankie's not fun or whatever. He tweeted like, and he's white, and he tweeted, everyone asked me to watch anime, but I'm just thinking, what am I finna gaining? So literally, I have no idea what I was talking about. Oh, so when Tom betrays Shiv, like, what are you finna gaining?
Wait, that's really funny. But he is, I feel like he is gaining stuff. Not anymore.
Um,
Like he
like
had, I feel like he had a
Carl
motive,
Carl put it
but
best. He said,
it was very,
the only person riding for you just died. Like the
yeah.
literal only person
That's what,
riding for
yeah,
Tom
exactly. Like
was
he
Logan.
had a reason. It was just a very, very, very selfish and reason, and it wasn't gonna do what he wanted it to
Yeah, it's
do.
very
But
selfish. It's also very unsustainable. Like,
yeah,
yeah, having Logan as an ally is really important because he's really powerful at this time, but he's literally on the verge of death. Like you
I
can
think he's
like
just so like so cuckolded that he was like, yeah, I'll do it.
yeah, true. Okay. I also think that Shiv like emasculates him so much that like he needs to have his little masculine moment of like
Oh
dominant
yeah.
life. And it's so weird and gross and I hate him. Okay, now let's do our favorite to least favorite characters and can we also add characters that we hadn't put on this one?
Yeah. I
Okay.
like can't make this list because it
You're gonna do
changes
it.
all the time.
I know it does change literally episode to episode.
Okay, let's think. I'm gonna do something crazy.
I love Roman.
Oh, I'm putting Comfrey pellets into number three. Pellets. Pellets? No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm
Is
joking.
that actually her
I don't
name?
hate her though. I didn't hate her. I just whatever.
No, she actually annoyed me.
She didn't. I thought she was hot. I'll just say it right now. Don't think Dasha is. Mark my words. I just thought the character was. And she made me laugh when she went on screen just because I was like, what is she doing here?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not happy about it. Like
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
put
proud of
Logan
that, but like
below
I can't
her.
I can't deny it. I don't feel like I need to put her on the list though, because she doesn't
Okay.
really Nan Pierce makes the list. That's
She
funny.
makes every time she steps on screen, she makes history.
She's got some eyes. Naomi's literally last. Kidding.
See, I was putting her like basic like towards last, but then I was like, no, I feel bad.
No, like I don't
She
actually
is
just
pretty
like she's
last.
just Senorita Awesome vibes to me. Kendall's like
Yeah.
kind of low for me.
Kendall used to
I've
be way
always been annoyed.
higher. I used to
I've
ride.
I've always been annoyed by him for just like very like petty reasons. And those reasons being I found him annoying.
Okay.
Never found him hot. I can't I think it's a joke.
I think that's crazy.
I think that's crazy that you would. He's like literally someone's like he's like someone's dad who coaches the
Purple.
softball team, but like not in a hot way.
Okay.
But that's me. That's just me. Honestly, I kind of just like at a loss. Okay, let me really think. Let me look at your list. Marsha's high up for me, but this episode, like, I didn't. She got bumped down.
She did, and I'm putting Colin above.
Um, Colin. Am I
Yeah,
supposed to know who this is? Who's Colin?
the security guard.
Oh, sure. There's a lot of people whose names I don't know. Sometimes I'm really good at knowing everyone's names, and in this case, I'm not. Um, I feel like Shiv is like above Kendall.
Yeah, that's what I did. But
Logan's
below
down
Roman.
here. What if I did this? Don't kill me. Connor, I'm just gonna like put off to the side because I literally have no strong feelings about him. So he's just down
Literally,
here.
I was like trying to figure out where to put him, and I was like, I literally can't. It's not even that I don't have strong
Naomi's
feelings
going
about
in
him.
the pity column.
I actually have a lot of feelings about Connor, but I don't know what they are.
Yep, I agree.
Like I can't
Oh,
articulate them.
wait, Jerry. Jerry's going high up. I love
Yeah,
that
Jerry's my
woman.
second, tied with
I
Frank
love
and
that
Carl.
woman. She is so real.
She's incredible.
Um, yeah, I think this is like me so far,
Okay,
but I don't really know at all how I feel about this.
okay. Who are you missing? You're missing Nan Pierce.
She could go anywhere, really.
Okay, you're missing Frank and Carl.
Could take him or leave him.
No, Frank is so he's just like okay, first of all, this is on my moral list. Frank is number one. No, number two after Willa. I don't care.
Yeah, well, it's hard to really.
And Marsha's like here. Mm, yeah. Mm,
Mm,
yeah.
wow,
But
that's
she's
bold.
such a boss ass bitch that she's one of my favorites regardless.
Yeah. I also think I don't like remember everything they did.
Frank. Okay, so this episode
So
he had
like, no, I just mean everybody. I feel like I don't even have a fair judgment of anyone.
okay, but let me just say why Frank is the best. He's like the most loving to Kendall, like the most father figure. And when Kendall was like, where'd my phone go? You know that famous Kendall line, where'd my phone go?
Oh my God, she's still commenting.
Who?
Damn, girl, like,
Who's calling
okay.
you?
Comment, my professor's still commenting.
Oh. When Kendall says his whole thing, like, um, I'm afraid he didn't like me. Like he hated me towards the end. Frank gives this gorgeous, lovely speech, and he's like, "We think these things, these grand horrors, will come at us in the night like ice sheets, and they'll slice our heads off. But that's not how it is. He was an old bastard, and he loved you." Frank is just such a sweetie. He's just so king, and that's why he's my number two.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And he was one of the only people who agreed with Kendall in the very first season. He was the only one of the oh my god, I forgot Stewie. Hold on.
Oh, Stewie's
Stewie's number
awesome.
one. Number
I
two is
can't say
Adrian
that for
Brody's
me,
character.
but Stewie is awesome. I have like no notes. I get a really certain joy when Roman comes on the screen, and I feel like I have to base it off of that
Yeah,
very
he's
true and
fun.
authentic feeling that comes before any other. It's like my what is it like the ego and the id, like
Yeah,
whatever like the most core one is. It's like I know that's towards Roman
you're id, I think.
id. I just really understand Roman.
I have to think like id and ego. That's actually interesting.
Id,
I
ego, and
think
super ego. No, id is like your core.
yeah.
Ego is um like your identity, and then super ego is I think it's like your what you like are socially programmed to do.
Okay, your ego. Okay,
Let me
your
look this
id.
up.
Yeah.
Id, ego, super ego. Oh my god, just say it like plainly. Why? Okay. The id is the it's instinctual desires. Yes, so we were right about that. The super ego is the critical and moralizing role, and the ego is the organized, realistic. Okay, so pretty much along the lines of what we said.
Wait, so what's I'm so sorry. What are the like it's id super ego or id ego
It's
super ego?
I don't know if it's leveled like that, but I think it would be id it is core, and then going from there be ego, super ego, just
Okay,
because
yeah,
super ego is about like
that makes sense.
impulse control, kind of.
That's what, okay, so my id is Marcia, just because there's something every time she's on screen, I'm just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
It's the goosebumps. Also, this glare is really bothering me. Um, but the goosebumps occur when Marcia enters the room. But Stewie just like that's me. Like that's my boy. That's like who I am. But it's not, but it's who I am. And then this is like when I'm really thinking about all their characters and like I'm really like diving deep and I'm like looking inward as far as I can go. That's Frank, Carl, and Jerry to me.
But that's like the opposite of super ego. But it doesn't matter.
No, it's not. No, 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 no.
No.
I know what you mean because id is like the core, right?
Yeah.
By looking inward, I actually just meant like thinking, not really looking inward at myself, but like actually
Like just
thinking.
like thinking, like
Yeah.
having a thought.
Like the more that I
Yeah.
think about these three, it's like, yeah, they're actually like really great. But I just like, this is like deep, deep down. But this is just like, yeah. You could also frame it as
Okay.
thoughts.
Okay.
Would that analysis be
Yeah.
correct?
Um,
I don't know if I really know enough about
well, yeah, like
astrology.
psychologists, I think they did say that that it does correlate that way. So I think like I think Freud did kind of equate it to that. So like yeah, in Freudian terms that would be correct. Um, I don't know if mine would do that though,
Okay, that's fine.
because my thinking is Roman is my id for obvious reasons. I think Willa's a kind of obvious super ego where she's like objectively kind of like the best, and I do genuinely like her. And Shiv, I said was my ego was because she was the first character who I liked. So
Interesting.
it was kind of just like she came on screen. I was like, oh, girl boss woman, have to like her. And
Yeah.
I've just never not liked her since,
That's what
even though
Marcia
she is.
was for me,
Mm-hmm,
I think.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even rank Tom.
I
Um,
put Tom above Kendall
I'm putting him right below.
because
I
Kendall
can't.
doesn't make me laugh, and Tom does.
Honestly, Kendall should actually be my. Okay, my ego is Ken Stewie, even though
Oh,
they're very separate on like my favorite to least favorite. But yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
Also, can we talk about how they're homosexual?
They're
Can
homosexual
we talk about the
because
homosexuality
everyone's like
allegations?
everyone loves to like Tom Greg, which I've really never been about
I think
ever.
in some moments
Um,
I'm like, oh, Tom's definitely in love with Greg, but I don't ship it. Ken and
yeah,
Stewie,
no,
put that on my grave. Like,
but yeah,
have them
no, I
officiate my wedding. I know that's not a thing, but
like that was have them appreciate.
like that doesn't make sense. Why would they be officiating my wedding?
That's how no, but that's what it is. That's how strong I get it though.
If I get sworn into like a presidential office, instead of putting my hand on the Bible, I put my hand on Kendall and Stewie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've not recovered from officiating my wedding. I've just never heard it said before.
Have a
I
lamp.
agree.
Okay,
I
yeah.
want them to officiate my wedding.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I just think especially in the scene at 42 minutes of the episode,
Yeah.
that was like crazy. The
Yeah, sorry.
first time that I watched that, I was like super and I
Yeah,
was
I was
like,
like
"Oh, did you get
I
that
was
too when you
taking
first watched it?"
oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Good.
But I'd
because
never noticed it before in any other context.
kind
Like
of
at
me
all.
too,
Not even a
not
little
in like
bit.
the intensity that I was like watching that,
I
like
was like, y'all seeing this shit?
that is literally how I reacted too, but I thought it was
I
just
was actually
because of
taken
the guy.
aback.
But I was like reading
No, it
into
was
it. I was
real.
like reading every single ounce of their body language, and I was like, they have to be in love. Like, there's no other explanation for the way that they're acting,
Yeah.
the way that they're saying things right now. Like, and like, I was every single one of their lines, the first time I watched it, I was like coming up with how it was a double entendre or like how it was a euphemism or whatever, how it was like a double meaning for them to also be in love. Like, I don't know how.
What were the double meanings? I'm curious. Do you remember?
Kendall said, "My dad will use anything against me." And he was like looking intensely at Stewie, and I was like, he will use how Kendall is gay against him. Gay for Stewie. There were so many other lines like that that were just like, "Oh, you have my back, right?" And it's like, yeah. Not like euphemisms like sexual euphemisms at all. I just mean
Yeah,
like
just like
it was code, kind of. Yeah.
yeah, no, I was taken aback. I was actually shocked.
Yeah. I
Jaw
was
jaw
like
hit the
jaw
floor.
on the floor. I was just so sure of it.
Me too.
And I just like I need that. I need that. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to talk about in the last 5 minutes is how first of all, we should cover
Last five
every
minutes?
episode as it comes out,
Yeah.
like weekly.
I'll start taking notes.
Yeah, I always take notes when I watch it. So I read on Twitter that Jesse Armstrong said that, or someone who worked for the show, I don't know, episode 8 will be the most shocking. So it's going to be more shocking than episode 3.
Whoa.
And it's going to be more shocking than this episode. And this episode, I almost thought was like as shocking as last episode. Like, call me crazy. I know it's not,
I didn't.
but I just like, I can't express how like on the floor my jaw was. I know I keep saying that,
Yeah.
like genuinely. I was just shooketh. Like when Carrie comes in and she's like crazy and Roman comforts her and then Marcia sends her away. When the will comes out,
Yeah.
when Frank and Jerry and Carl were gonna throw the will away, when they weren't even calling it a will, when Kendall comes in and they all read it and it's like it was crazy. But anyways,
It was craziness.
so what are your predictions for what could be
Um,
crazier?
for what could be what?
What could be crazier? Like what is episode 8 gonna be?
Oh,
That's crazier. Wait, let's write that.
I like actually can't. I never have predicted this show
Yeah,
like
it's so hard.
accurately. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to think of things I don't think will happen.
Okay.
Because the thing about this show is like it's not like there are like twists, but it's never like convoluted, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's always really kind of like simple. It's like the
Yeah, it's
twist was
always
like
like
he
what
died, but everyone knew
feels
that was
like
gonna
it would
happen.
happen
Or like he
in real life.
betrayed them, but like it wasn't like in it was shocking that he betrayed them, but it also like was completely not, and there was like nothing else to it except that that's what he did.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to even come up with what would be so shocking.
I feel like the only moment that like was actually shocking and was like whoa was when Kendall killed that guy. So I think that's going to be involved in episode 8.
Oh,
Like
you're
maybe
so
it'll come out or
right.
something. Because he's already building up that he's like they nod to it in the way that Kendall blackmails Hugo just reminds me so much of how Logan blackmailed Kendall. So I feel like that might tie into it. Like someone's gonna blackmail him, like Shiv will reveal it or something. Because
That
also
kind of
he
makes
told Shiv and
sense because
Roman.
he did tell them, and they're gonna probably be at odds.
I know they're building up Kendall versus Roman versus Shiv.
Hmm.
And they're backing the camps. I don't know where Tom is gonna fall, but when Greg said oh, I'm gonna step on as number two. Like it then it was like so funny. That kind of gives me Greg and Kendall vibes, and then Tom would tag along with that. Roman's camp,
I
Marsha's
could see it. But why would he go with Tom?
I don't know. I don't know. But I just feel that way. Kendall's the most like Logan, I
Yeah.
guess. But in Marsha's eyes, Roman is the most like Logan. That also played into my theory, but that's we don't have enough time for that.
Yeah.
I don't remember who I put in Shiv's camp. Let me
Consent.
open my notes. I had it somewhere. Okay, Hugo has to be with Kendall.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry has to be with Roman. Stewie is already with Kendall, confirmed. And they're married. In my
Yeah.
mind. What the hell? I literally wrote it down, but I can't find it. I'm like, WTF? But anyways,
Will Shiv even have a camp?
I don't even know.
Maybe Shiv's and Shiv's
Let me
camp.
look at the list of characters again.
We talked for another 40 minutes.
Yeah. Frank is gonna back Kendall, I feel. Because they're like buddies. Kendall's racking up some points here.
Yeah.
I think if Shiv is forced to pick between Kendall and Roman, she would pick Roman. And I think if Roman was forced to pick between Shiv and Kendall,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. Okay, I feel like those are like the main players, which is so I don't know with Shiv. Shiv
Yeah, I
reveals
don't know.
manslaughter.
Oh
Oh my
my
god,
god,
less
you're
than a
saying like
minute.
Shiv reveals. Oh my god. Okay. Well, yeah.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't have shit to say about this. No comment.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Love, love to you all. God bless.
Love
And we'll see you next
and
week,
God
maybe.
bless the troops.